You get the front row?
Okay. You ready? Vice Chair, you ready? Mary Pat, are you ready? Mary Pat? We're all sloggish. We're sloggish. You ready?
My prayer was, I didn't even pray.
If you need.
I'll never be ready.
So at least I could
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
going back over here.
Good morning, colleagues and audience members. My name is Ed Reisinger. I am the chair of the Land Use and Transportation Committee for the City Council. We are here this morning to conduct our first voting session on text amendments to City Council Bill 12-0152, transform Baltimore zoning. Both the PDF file and the Excel file are being made available on the City Council's website. The draft amendments can be downloaded from the bill file page by inputting the following link on your web browser, https://baltimore.legistar.com. So you go on the city website. I encourage everyone to visit the city website.
I meant to get a green pen. Because I wanted to
A
get the
copy
green
of the
pen.
draft amendments
Oh,
has
you can't
also
use
been
these.
placed in
These
the
are
bill
markers.
folder located
That's
in
it.
the Executive Secretary's office here at City Hall, which
I'll
is
get them tonight.
Quanah,
I'll get 'em
Austin.
tonight.
We will vote on as much as we can during today's session, which will be 2 hours of voting session. The Land Use and Transportation Committee intends to work progressively through the draft amendments, page by page. Public testimony will not be allowed during the voting session. This is not a hearing, it is not a work session, this is a voting session. City agencies are here. They may be questioned about particular amendments from the committee being discussed. Again, please check the Baltimore City Council website for the most up-to-date information. If you would like to contact the committee, please mail the correspondence to the Office of Council Services. Attention to Miss Jennifer Coates, 100 North Holiday Street, Baltimore, Maryland 21202, or email Jennifer at jennifer.coates@baltimorecity.gov. One of my ground rules is, will you please turn off your cell phones, Android smartphones, to give, so we can do the voting session. I will start with introducing my colleagues. To my far left is Councilman Bill Henry. To his right is Councilwoman Ricky Spector.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
To her right is Councilwoman Mary Pat Clark.
Thank you.
To my immediate left is Councilman Jim Kraft, who's the vice chair of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We're also joined by Kara Kuntz, who is representing the President of City Council, Bernard Jack Young, and also Paul Plymouth, who's representing the President of City Council, John Young.
Yeah.
Warren Branches.
We're also joined by Warren Grants, to my right. To my left is Councilwoman, in front is Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton. I didn't forget you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Also, the attorney for the committee, Mr. John Willis, representing the mayor's office. See him in the rear is Mr. Andy Smallin.
I think you got everything.
Yeah. We will, huh?
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. We will, as I said, we're going to start with the Article 1, which is definitions. And before we begin, Councilman Kraft, do you want to make a motion on the technical?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move that the committee adopt all technical amendments by a method that when you call the amendment be automatically adopted unless a member of the committee has an objection to that amendment. If a member of the committee has an objection, that the member of the committee would raise the objection, and then we would actually discuss and vote on it. But otherwise, if there is no objection to the amendment will be deemed to have passed. So I would make that motion at this time.
Moved by Councilman Kraft, second by Councilwoman Clark. Councilman Reisinger votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilwoman Clark? Councilwoman Clark, yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry, yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Branch? Councilman Branch, yes. It passes unanimous. So now we will start. So- Okay, so we have 6 yes with 1 absent, Councilman Mosby. So I just want everyone to bear with us. This is new for all of us on the council and in the committee. So the first amendment is, does all my colleagues have a copy? Councilman Henry, everyone have a copy of this? Okay. The first amendment is on page 3, Title 1. Do I have a motion? Wait, hold on.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, which are you reading from?
We're going with a separate zone. We're doing a separate zone. Yeah, we're gonna.
Can you record they cite the text?
What?
Okay, what I'm asking is that when we go to each amendment by page and 1, on the left-hand margin, it says, on the top, it says in dark blue, it says unique ID. If you could just give us the ID number so we know where we're at and what your question is.
Voting for this. We're voting.
It would be the motion
But this is putting it as a part of the code, not as its separate code. And I want a separate code.
That's when it is.
Well, that's what it doesn't,
Yeah, that's,
current as an,
yeah.
Be amended to retain zoning code's current designation as an unnumbered article.
oh, so it's not, so its
not,
own.
right.
Okay,
We-
all right,
Yeah, I thought we took care of that.
we did.
Okay, so
So,
do I have a motion on page 3, on Title 1, T-691? Do I have a motion?
yes, move the
The amendment.
that we keep the current status of the zoning code as an unnumbered part of the city code. In other words, it's not a chapter in a book, it's its own code
Yeah.
within the city, as it is now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moved by Councilwoman Clark, second by Councilwoman Middleton. Councilman Reisinger votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft votes yes. Councilman Branch?
Yes.
Councilman Branch votes yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilwoman Clark votes yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry votes yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton votes yes. Councilman Mosby's absent. So we have 6 yes with 1 absent. We are now on amendment, the second amendment, unique ID is T17. It's page 4. It's page 4, page 4 on line 4.
Mr. Chair?
Microphone.
So
Mr.
this
Chair,
is clarification on this. Yeah, go ahead.
well, what I was going to say is that what I have is that there was language needed, and I don't have whatever the language is that's suggested.
I don't either.
Yeah. So the planning,
I don't want to vote on a concept.
Okay, well, then what we'll do is we'll have a motion to move to defer. it.
Move to
We get the
defer.
Language.
Second,
Okay,
otherwise people invent language and
Okay,
and then
all right.
we don't know what we voted.
all those in favor to defer this, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, yeah.
6 yes with 1 absent. The next one is the same, it's T19,
Move to
page
defer.
4,
Second,
line 4, needs language. Do I have a motion to defer this?
Moved.
second,
Moved by Councilman Henry, second by Councilwoman Mary Pat Clark. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. 6 aye and 1 absent. T699, page 4, line 4.
Gesundheit.
This is Councilwoman Mary Pat Clark. This is definition.
This is establishment of overlay I'm sorry. This is where it was put, establishment of overlay districts. And it reads as found on, actually in this case, on this sheet, and also on the list of amendments that I've circulated, and it's marked as T30, wait a minute, T699. And it's, all overlay districts must be established by city council ordinance. All amendments to existing overlay districts must be approved by city council ordinance, including but not limited to changes of boundaries of land uses, of bulk and yard regulations, of parking and sign regulations, and the addition or deletion of previously approved properties.
Are you moving? You gonna make
I'd like to move approval of this
Second.
amendment.
discussion on the amendment? No? So
Second.
Councilwoman
Clark?
Clark, you moved. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Henry. Councilman Reisinger votes no. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilman Branch?
Yes.
Councilman Branch, yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilwoman Clark, yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry, yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Mosby is absent. It's 5 yes with 1 no. The amendment passes. Okay. Now we are on, the next one's another clarification.
Move to defer.
Page 4, line 20.
Move to defer.
Do I have a motion to move defer it? Councilman Henry defers. Do I have a second? Second by Councilwoman,
Where are we? I'm sorry, T16?
yes.
This is about,
Second by Councilman Henry, right?
I just
Yeah.
don't even, yeah. Yeah,
Clark.
seconded by me.
Okay. Okay, this is a clarification. Councilman Reisinger votes yes to defer. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilman Branch? Councilman Branch, yes. Councilwoman Clark? Councilwoman Clark, yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry, yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Mosby is absent. So we have 6 yes with 1 absent to defer. The next one
It's the same.
is the same thing as clarification. Do I have a motion?
To defer.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Councilwoman Clark. Who second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Middleton. Councilman Reisinger votes yes. Councilman Kraft? Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilman Branch?
Yes.
Councilman Branch, yes. Councilwoman Clark? Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Wait a minute,
yes.
wait a minute.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Yes, I
Councilman
know,
Henry,
I got it.
yes.
It's pink.
Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman
That's
Middleton,
what it
yes.
means.
Councilman Mosby is absent. This is 6 yes with 1 absent. And this was, yeah, text 18, right? Yes. The next one,
It's redundant.
yes.
We already did it.
Same as T19.
Yeah.
But that was 18, this is T19.
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
I'm sorry. T703 is basically, we already did it in T691. There's redundancies throughout these.
Mis- mis-
Is that right?
Mr. Chairman? Point of inquiry.
You want to move to withdraw?
Well, actually, what I wanted to ask is, are we going to take the opportunity to get rid of the duplicates as we go through? Like, in this case, should we just either withdraw it or vote it down?
Either withdraw or defer, is that what you're asking?
Voted down.
Okay.
Although it's dangerous to do because somebody in the long run's going to maybe make a mistake because there are a number of redundancies in these charts,
That is why we're going over each one of them.
and
Right.
this is one. We already did this. And
So do I have a motion to withdraw?
Move to withdraw.
Have a second?
Second.
Yeah.
Second by Councilwoman Middleton. Okay. Councilman Vice Singer votes yes. Councilman Kraft? Yes. Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilman Branch?
Yes.
Councilman Branch, yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilwoman Clark, yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry, yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Mosby is absent, so we have 6 yes with 1 absent. This is withdrawn.
What's this? What?
That's T703? Okay, withdrawn.
Yep.
Now we are on,
Oh, God.
Oh, now we get to move to page 6.
Se- Where are we? What are you, I'm a T,
okay. We're on T20.
wait a minute, yeah, T20, but what happened to T688?
It got moved to where it belongs in the world, which is much later.
Wait a minute, that's not what I'm operating off.
That's,
Oh, no.
stop there. So what is it? No, Councilwoman Clark, this is, let's not get theatrical about it. What is the issue? We're open for discussion.
All weekend
Okay,
on
what is
this.
it, what is it you're looking at? What,
I see an amendment here. There are a lot of amendments that are out of order on these sheets.
I know, but what do you want to go back to? What is it your concern?
SBBA has an amendment that is here, and it's called T688. And I don't want it to be forgotten because we had new sheets this morning. So, I mean,
We are on T20. We are on page
I'm ready.
6. We already did the other two. I don't know.
excuse me, Mr. Chairman, it's just, I need to understand what's happening.
Kara figured out. Kara, okay.
Was when we originally put this one on the sheet from the, it belongs on page 169.
I know, it's all
So
mixed
when,
up.
so when we sorted it and sent it back to the print, page 169 is now back with page.
I got it, but here's, okay.
Got to work for the new document.
I can't work with the new document. Look, I will,
I have, Councilwoman, I have both. I have the new, the rest of us have the same thing, the new and the old.
That's
You're gonna have
fine.
to, you're gonna have to, when you look at the new document, you can also cross-reference to the old.
okay. All right, so Cindy and, I'm sorry, Jeannie, mark this,
What, 220?
moved.
What did we do with 218, 220?
One we're on, which is T 688, just say moved,
We're through that?
right moved, so I don't lose it.
What about this one?
I know you won't lose it, but
No, I don't want you to lose it either.
I have notes, I've worked all weekend because I have problems. All right, I'm ready for T20.
Okay.
Page 2 of the old document.
Okay, T,
I have no idea which document I have.
this is page 6. Page 6, line 5.
Mr. Chairman,
Clark, this is your,
I know, it's my amendment, and it is redundant because it is repeated more completely as T31 on the next page. So it is redundant.
we get
I'll
that.
wi-
Are you gonna withdraw this one, or you wanna wait till you get to the next one?
I'll see what happens to T31, and then I'll come back and withdraw it if I didn't get the votes. Just
Well, let's, make them, Councilwoman Clark, instead of making this
move
difficult,
to
pass
hold
it.
in, move to hold it until further,
So you wanna defer it till we get to the next page?
defer.
Okay. You making a
Move
motion
to
to defer?
defer.
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Middleton. All those in favor defer, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say nay. The ayes have it. The amendment will be deferred with Councilman Mosby absent and 6 yes. We have the next one is T33.
It's technical.
This is technical, am I correct?
It's the council president, I don't know what it is.
This is page 6, 11, it's technical. So I have a motion to move technical.
I don't know. It's already okay unless
Objection, anyone have an objection to this?
this is approved by reason of the First Amendment that was made today, which is that everything that's
Councilwoman, I'll take care of that, okay? We have already explained that. We don't need to explain it again. This is,
my people, because they're keeping notes for me.
we're never gonna get this done if you're going out of turn. So now, we are on, what, 231?
I'm not going through what we
231,
went through with stormwater.
page 6, line 5 through 11. This is, again, Councilwoman Clark, this is yours.
31, move to approve. This is basically the
Excuse
amendment.
me. I'm
T20.
sorry, Mr. Chair?
Huh?
I did not hear a clear resolution to what happened with T33.
It got adopted because it's a, sorry,
Technical.
Okay,
and nobody objected.
okay.
That was technical. That's what Councilman Kraft in the beginning of this said to move it. We did unless there's a discussion.
But I'm sorry, the only reason I'm raising the issue is because the amendment says to replace parentheses 4 for bracketed parentheses 3 in line 11, but there is no
I know.
bracketed 3 in
Right.
11 to replace.
It's not my amendment, I'm not doing anything with it.
It's renumbering, right?
But it's incorrect.
This, what he's saying, you want to explain to them on this? This is, it's,
In the wrong
It's
place.
actually, it's the wrong order. It should be, it should come after, it should come after 31, because then it moves it to, because that's where it falls
I
in
got you.
next.
I see,
Okay,
I
you
see what
see
you're
it?
saying. I see
See
it.
it?
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
So can
All
we
right.
excuse me, Mr. Chairman, can we make a correction on this for the people who have correct this amendment? That indicates, we've adopted it, that indicates the correct page and line.
well, we'll take care of that, right? Yeah, they're already, they've got that taken care of. Yeah.
So they-
So we're on your T31, all right?
Yeah.
Yep, 231, T31.
That's your bill, your amendment.
Yes, it is. It basically is the place where we change the way the tables of permitted and conditional uses are enumerated at this moment, and we go from just P and a simple C to P permitted, C, B
check with
permitted
Jennifer
as
or
conditional use
Kara.
by the zoning board, and CO, we're back as permitted by conditional use of,
This
Council
ordinance,
ordinance.
and that is the same, right?
that is what we have in the current code.
Same thing.
Its use tables in the draft do
Okay.
not have any city council approvals of conditional uses.
Yes, it's the same thing, it's paired. Yeah, it's the same.
Yes, all Cs in the tables that we have received become either, well, they usually become CB, which means conditional by the board.
Just make
of
'em C.
Municipal appeals. Some of them become CO, but we adopt the
Pat, you gotta stand the microphone.
but we adopt the actual tables later, one by one. So we look at every table for residential, for commercial, for,
I second that.
Okay,
Thank
moved by
you.
Councilwoman Clark,
I'm not losing any.
second by Councilwoman Middleton. Councilman Vice Singer votes yes. Councilman Kraft? Yes. Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilman Branch? Councilman Branch, yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes,
Councilwoman Clark is yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry is yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Mosby is absent. We have 6 yes with 1 absent. This amendment passes.
Mr. Chairman.
31. Councilman Kraft?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to go back to page 1 and Amendment T20, which we deferred a couple of minutes ago. That amendment is now been taken care of by Councilwoman Clark's previous mail.
move to withdraw.
Okay, Councilwoman Clark.
T20.
Councilwoman Clark moves to withdraw T20. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilman Kraft. All those in favor to withdraw, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. It passes with 6 yes, with 1 absent, which is Councilman Mosby. And that is T20.
Mr. Chairman, I move to withdraw T32. It's redundant as a result of T31.
Okay, where you at, T32?
Right.
That's the next page?
Right.
Okay, so do I have a motion to withdraw? Moved by Councilwoman Clark, second by,
I moved that she second.
moved it by Councilman Kraft.
Second by Clark.
Councilwoman Clark. All those in favor of withdrawal, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. 6 yes with 1 absent, Councilwoman Mosby. Councilman Mosby. Now we are on
T38.
T38.
Oh, I'd like to move approval of T38. It is the, it's coming from the Remington neighborhood.
Okay, it's page 7, line 3.
Right, it's a kind of a phrase hanging off the end of, well, okay, page 7,
You just delete those 4 words as they're.
yeah, the 4 words are being deleted from otherwise.
You got that?
sentence.
Okay. Okay.
Second.
Okay,
wait,
moved by Councilwoman, discussion?
Discussion.
Councilman Henry?
Is ordinarily accepted meanings a term of art? The reason I say that is if we remove the provision about the context, then we're left with just their ordinarily accepted meanings. And I think we're going to run into this later. The question is, who determines what ordinarily accepted meanings are? And if there's not the context to go by as the distinction, then should we reference a dictionary? Should we reference something in particular, or is ordinarily accepted meanings a term of art?
Yes, and it's redundant. Yeah, I would defend the motion.
Yeah, let our attorney, Mr. Wells, you want to respond to that?
Without commenting on the amendment at all, the more clarity you can give to what you're trying to do, I can see that council might show up with dictionary definitions, with definitions that are commonly used or meanings that are attributed in the course of a particular business, a particular land use context. I think the council will use context. I don't think you lose anything by the amendment. The amendment just is an addition. So if you think it's superfluous, you can, there's no harm. You're going to be always examining facts and circumstances when you get into these situations of interpreting ordinary words.
My concern was not that the amendment was superfluous. My concern was that the existing line is already bordering on the vague, and that the amendment makes it vaguer. That was my question.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But it
So-
doesn't help. It just makes it longer.
Yeah, so that was, if someone preferably from the law department, would reassure me that the term ordinarily accepted meanings isn't going to come back to bite us in the butt later, then I don't care whether or not as their context implies, is there or not.
Councilman, I mean, usually we delete this line, the regular rules of statutory interpretation would apply. And really, it comes back to this line here, essentially, that when there is no statutory, when there is no particular definition, then we're going to go back to the plain meaning of the word in the context in which it occurs. So generally, as I said, usually it's the normal statutory interpretation of language.
So what are you saying?
Okay.
Simplest way.
I won't, okay.
Simplest way, just leave it.
If no one else is worried about it, I'm not going to keep talking about it. It's moved and seconded. I'm done with discussion.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Call the vote.
Okay, so I have a
I want to
motion.
make sure that, I concur that you would follow statutory interpretation
Oh, John.
rules. I'm not sure that it's getting to your question, Councilman Henry, but I don't know that you're going to be able to avoid that in the entire length, the entire part of the code. Words are what have their ordinary meaning.
Let's go. Call the vote.
You know what the word I was thinking of was? Decimated.
3 times.
There's a motion by Councilman Clark. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilman Kraft. Councilman Rice Singer votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft votes yes. Councilman Branch?
Yes.
Councilman Branch votes yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilman Clark votes yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry votes yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton votes yes. Councilman Mosby is absent. We have 6 yes with 1 absent.
Make a motion on the next one.
I'm going to
Favorable
withdraw it.
on text 38.
Is that, or are you for it?
We're
No.
now on,
I'm withdrawing, I have the next one, that's T36, and I'm withdrawing it, not because, I'm just withdrawing it because
Just withdraw it, that's
I'm withdrawing it. I still think it's too generic in this.
okay, so
code.
Councilwoman Clark, you make a motion to withdraw?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
doing
do
it.
we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Kraft. Councilman Reisinger votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilman Branch? Councilman Branch, yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry, yes. Councilwoman Middleton? Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Mosby is absent. So we have 6 yes with
that's for
1
Ms.
absent. Withdraw text.
Okay,
text
so that was what I
36.
did for
Miss-
Mr. Lariat today.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Councilman.
That's
much
me.
like we did with the technicals, would it be possible to do like one master vote, letting people withdraw their own without needing to go through a vote on it?
Stay in order.
Okay. Well, I mean, staying in
Because
order,
you
but
gotta-
like,
you gotta follow with the action.
okay, all right.
Okay.
I want to withdraw before my.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well, I could do a voice vote.
Yeah, that's what
I'll
I'm just
do a
saying.
voice
Like,
vote.
if they want to withdraw their own amendment, let's just do it.
T 687.
I'm moving this because it's the same as mine.
Anyone want to make a motion on that? No?
Move to withdraw.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's the same
Yeah.
that we just,
We have a motion to withdraw. Councilman Henry, do I have a second? Do I have a second?
All right, I'll second it. This is,
For lack of a motion.
yeah, I think it just fit.
Sorry.
Let's just.
We don't, excuse me.
Oh,
It
okay, all
fails,
right,
if-
okay.
it'll fail.
I withdraw my
for lack of
motion.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
You're withdrawing 687, correct?
No, it's just not on the table.
Fails for lack of a motion.
Right.
Okay.
Nobody moved it, nobody seconded it. It's,
So,
I already withdrew my thing that way.
no motion to proceed. We're now on, T 834. It is on page 7, line 30.
I don't understand if this is is this just like a conversation? I don't see any I don't see a motionable action.
Move to defer.
Second,
Okay, we have a motion to defer.
it's not, it's a,
Councilman Henry, second by Councilwoman Clark. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it to defer. 6 yes with 1 absent. Right. Now we are on T 34.
that's Jones.
That's another one, clarification.
As their context implies, is different from the
I think we did
other
this.
one.
Is there a motion on that? or-
No, no, we already did
I think
this.
we already did this.
This is redundant. We did it.
It's redundant to T31 and T38, which were both passed.
Okay.
It fails for, and T599,
Councilwoman, so this one does not proceed with lack of motion, am I correct?
yes.
Okay. So now we are on T37. This is page 7, line 8 through 21. That's Councilwoman Clark.
It's redundant. We already passed I already withdrew the same motion. I already withdrew this. It's a repeat. And I also, the next one is likewise. So T37 and T599, I would move to withdraw. They are redundant.
We gotta do one at a time.
Okay.
Action on each one.
T37 move to withdraw.
Okay. Moved by Councilwoman Clark, second by Councilwoman Middleton. All those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. 6 yes with 1 absent. Now we on, T
599.
599.
To withdraw, redundant.
Okay, do I have a motion to withdraw?
Move to withdraw.
Withdraw, second by Councilwoman Middleton. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it. 6 yes with 1 absent. T39,
We've dealt with that issue and
okay, so we're going next one?
no motion.
No motion. Okay, T41 is, T,
240?
T40 is, technical. Any discussion on T40? Any objection? No objection? This passes.
Adopted.
Adopted.
Or approved, I'm sorry.
T41, the same thing. Any
T41's
objection?
redundant. Let me see who's, oh, wait a
Any
minute.
objection to T41? No?
It's the same as we just approved.
It's a technical amendment,
So
so.
it's just lack of motion.
No.
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry.
Te-
But we just did that.
They're identical.
Oh,
40
I'm
and
sorry.
41.
It was another and?
It's a technical,
It's the same and.
it passes. It's technical emotion, it passes.
Well, okay, I don't care. I mean, it's not mine. It's
T-
just what.
T42 is another clarification.
I'm gonna move approval of it, but I believe it gets mentioned, wait a minute.
Well, it needs language.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there's a
we have
place
to-
where, wait a minute, there is a place where there's, wait a minute, hold it.
Councilwoman, this is T42, we're taking each one.
T42 suggests that adjacent and adjoined should be adjectives. Can I just look at my page? I wrote my own amendments, and I believe
Well,
this.
when we get, if you have an amendment to it, when we get to that, because right now,
This appears someplace, but right here I have that this is redundant and it's, no, wait a minute. That, what did I write? Okay, no, let's go to, all right, let's withdraw this because the next one is correct. In other words, motion to withdraw T 42.
a motion was made to withdraw T42, do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilman Kraft, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay, the ayes have it.
And now, okay.
Six yes with one absent, and that was, on T42. Now that's the same thing, right?
2685 now. Move to adopt. Move to approve.
Discussion.
Second, okay, moved by Councilwoman Clark, second by Councilman.
No, discussion. I'm not seconding it. I want to discuss it.
What do you say, discussion?
Well, if I don't get a second,
Okay, second it.
Okay, so it was moved by Councilman Councilman Clark. Second by, we got Henry down here? Yeah, second by Kraft. So, open for discussion, Councilman Henry?
Yeah, so my question is there specific language?
yes, there is. This is the language that is, and if I may, the word adjacent gets amended on line, they're on page 9, Title 1, and adjacent remains as it is, line 4. What gets changed is adjoin, which becomes adjoining, which makes it an adjective. And so, this,
So adjoining gets changed on line 6?
right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So this should be stated that it's line 9, it is, I'm sorry, it's page 9, line 6, and the adjoin becomes adjoining.
So adjoining means touching, abutting, or bordering on?
Whatever.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a corrector English from
Gotcha.
an English teacher out there in my district.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, that's all I needed to understand.
So for those taking
Okay.
notes, you've changed the word adjoin to adjoining. Okay, adopted.
We have a motion, we have a second, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Councilman Reisinger votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft votes yes. Councilman Branch? Yes. Councilman Branch votes yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilman Clark votes yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry votes yes. Councilwoman Middleton? Yes. Councilwoman Middleton votes yes. Councilman Mosby is absent, and we have 6 yes with 1 absent, and text 685 passes. We are now on T48. Councilwoman Clark, this is yours, there's clarification.
Okay, oh yeah,
Go to the tables.
it does.
Okay, so you're gonna withdraw it?
No.
Defer.
This is definition. Am I correct?
Well, it's in my amendments and it's on the amendment sheet there. So basically, I'll be happy to defer if we have a chance to discuss these when we ever get to tables. But
Can I get an opinion from the law department, or?
I mean, my amendments consisted of these text amendments.
Kara, you want to? Yes.
I would suggest for table amendments that have been assigned a text page in line that we work with the council member's office to replace that text page number with the appropriate table page number so that it can come back up when we resort the list of amendments by page number again.
I'm sorry, so you're saying you want to defer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so we have a motion to defer. Is that
Well-
okay with you, Councilwoman?
Wait a minute.
So go ahead, I mean,
I don't want these to get lost in some shuffle. I'm going to have to come back to this language
That is-
as well as to the actual tables when we get to the tables.
that's why we.
So I don't want this to get lost in some,
I think you make sure it ain't gonna happen, right?
yes, I'll make sure, but I want you to all agree to that now.
Well, if we defer it, it's a motion, yeah.
All right, so let me make a motion to defer to be taken up in the appropriate table section of this code.
Second by? Second by Councilman Kraft. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. 6 yes with 1 absent to defer.
That was T-48.
That was T-48. Okay, T-53 is technical. Any objection? No objection?
Objection.
It passes.
The rest of, the next three are the same word getting respelled.
Let me get, Councilman Clark, let me get to the next page. We're now on, what is this? Text 54. This
It's
is
a-
page 11, line 11.
T54 and T55 are the same as T50.
And those, yeah, they're all T50, yeah. It's all spelling financially. We've all proved that we can spell that word.
Okay, so that's all technical. So,
Yeah.
okay, so there's no discussion, T-54, T-55, T-56,
They're adopted.
adopted.
So that we'll probably have 5 correctly spelled financiallys in a row in the revision.
That's why you're the English teacher, so that's why we went.
Well, so's Miss Floyd out there in the audience, so that's,
Um,
okay.
Move to defer T63.
okay, is there a second?
Oops,
Moved by Councilman
wait a minute.
Kraft,
Oh, it's yours. Defer. Second.
second by Councilwoman Clark. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. It passes to defer. It's 6 yes with 1 absent. We are now on T60, which is,
Okay, we're into
page
definitions.
13. Let me get to that first. Page 13, we're on line 12. This is your amendment, Councilwoman Clark. Do you have a motion?
I do. I would like you all, if you would please do me this favor. Go to my amendments on my sheets on page 4 of my written amendments, because there's no place on this sheet. I'm sorry, pardon me, page 2.
There we go.
Page 2 of my, in the upper right-hand corner, Title 1, page 2.
What is it,
That's
Steve?
what I want to amend. There are several numbers and places indicated for this same amendment. I don't want it to be piecemealed into nothingness, so I want this to be adopted or not. Well, where are we? Okay, wait a minute. So, that's okay. I'm gonna defer. Where did I put, let me just make sure I have it someplace. Yeah, I do. I'm going to move to defer T60. Or,
Okay, so Councilwoman Clark moves to defer.
Okay.
Councilman Kraft, you second? Second. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, 6 yes with 1 absent. What's that number?
T61, move to defer.
Okay. Okay, what's the next one we want now?
Got to vote.
T-
T62, move to defer. It's all just pieces.
You're jumping ahead, Councilwoman Clark.
I'm sorry.
These are new amendments you put in, so we just got those.
Not
So-
new, it's not new, it's just got all butchered up in being put on these sheets.
That's why we gotta step back and take a breath. We are now on we are on T61.
I'm moving to defer.
You're moving to defer T61,
Yes.
and Kraft seconded. Correct. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, 6 ayes with 1 absent. This is deferred. We got T62 now.
T62.
We are now on T62.
Move to defer.
T62, Councilwoman Clark moves to defer. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Middleton. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, 6 yes with 1 absent to defer, T62. We are now on T59, which is clarification. We need language. Move to defer.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Kraft, seconded by Councilwoman Clark, correct?
Yes.
All those in favor to defer, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it.
Mr.
6
Chairman.
yes and 1 absent for defer on on text 59.
I just would like to say, if I may, Mr. Chairman, we need an amendment, if there is an amendment there. Oh, are you? Okay.
Okay, now we are on,
Banquet hall.
we are on,
Banquet hall. T65.
65. This is, page 13, line 14 through 19. Councilwoman Clark, this is your amendment.
Uh-huh.
This is, the same as, T60 for definition, and you.
Right, it's a whole bunch of numbers that I
You have
am substituting this amendment, which is the same as the one on the sheet, pretty much. I mean, this amendment on my sheets for all this sort of mishmash, because this is what the amendment has been and is. So basically, what it's doing is it is making banquet halls better regulated than they have been in the current code because of problems we have had with them through the past several years. So that basically it's trying to avoid banquet halls having promoters take them over and charge at the door and create chaos. So this is the definition that comes out of that effort. I would like to move this definition as it appears on my amendment sheet.
Okay, we have a motion by
Second.
Councilwoman Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Henry.
Thank you.
Right?
I mean, but she's not.
I'd also, well, I'm going to go to a second part.
Councilman Vice Singer votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Clarification.
There's a question?
But
Question on your page, your list there. If I'm reading this correctly, you're deleting lines 20 through 22 on page 13, banquet
Yeah,
hall.
that's not, I'm going to move that in a minute.
Oh, is that a separate motion?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to be clear, the first motion is only on,
It's on what you see and on page 2 of my Title I
12 through 19.
amendments.
Okay,
Okay?
we're okay with that.
All right. Councilman Reisinger votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft votes yes. Councilman Branch?
Yes.
Councilman Branch votes yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilwoman Clark votes yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry votes yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton votes yes.
First I wanna do
Councilman
is-
Mosby is absent. So we have 6 yes with 1 absent, and it's adopted. That was T65.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, to the second part of this, I don't know where it shows up, but on my sheet, I say something about a new definition of promoter is, and that's fine, it'll show up. I'm not on that yet, but the second part, a second part of my amendment on banquet halls is the following: to delete lines 20 to 22 on page 13, and they say inclusions.
Just right here.
Wait a minute. Where? On the next one down? Where, I don't see it. Here?
T64.
I don't know. I didn't think so.
They're T66
Okay.
on this sheet.
From there,
On this
so
sheet.
what is she doing now?
Oh, see, I'm not working with that sheet, and I
That's the
can't,
sheet we're voting from.
no, that's not,
Where's that at?
and I said no. If you're not voting on my amendments, then, but the words, because words change when,
We voted on
okay.
it.
But this here, that what you're doing right here is actually amendment T64. Here it is, right here. 64. Is this to delete that wording? That's what your amendment T64 does.
Okay, wait a minute.
And we're not there yet.
I'm sorry, everybody, you have no idea. I don't have it. I just don't have it on my sheet. At all. I don't. I swear I don't.
You could do it on T64.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
T64.
Councilwoman, we could do it on T64.
Do it whenever you want, but do it.
Councilwoman, you're leapfrogging. We're gonna do,
Councilman, I have a sheet that I spent 3 days
Councilwoman,
working on.
I don't want to get into a debate about this. We have committee members, we have people here that are doing the same thing, that read what you said. I'm not going to get into that play,
Okay,
okay?
then just work with me
I am
because I'm
working with you,
working from
but-
something I
but
was
let's-
promised
let's
would
stick-
not be changed.
Councilwoman, let's stick with title. That's how we should go by. That way no one's lost. Wait.
Okay, fine. I have a second part to my banquet hall.
On title, we are on text 66. Your amendment.
To what?
You've been, you want to make a motion?
Where is,
This sheet right here, Cal.
all right,
that
so
is the
you're saying
confusion.
that this is me. Okay, sure, move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a
Is
minute.
T66 incorporated into T65?
Of course it is, but it doesn't have this language that you're talking about.
You defined this, right? This is what
I
we
have
just passed.
defined, this has been approved, this is redundant.
Okay, so then we need to withdraw T66.
I'm sorry, are
I
we on,
move to, wi-
are we
I'm
on T,
sorry.
which, I'm sorry, are we on T66 or T64?
We're not there, we don't,
No, I couldn't hear which one we were at.
we're at T66 right now.
Okay, thank you.
So is you withdrawing this, or she,
No, I'm not withdrawing it, I don't have it on my sheet so that I,
T66 will withdraw.
oh, yeah, T66, I'm withdrawing, it's already been adopted.
Right.
Captain, do me a favor, use it for cost reference, because,
Councilman, I will try to do it, but I
see this,
have to
look,
tell
let
you.
me, excuse me, see this right here? I have the same thing you have, is this, that's why I'm using this.
But
because
I
of
have
cost reference.
amendments.
Well, it's in there, cost reference.
Matt, can we just take a minute so I can?
Let's,
get
there's a
these?
there's a motion on 66 to withdraw.
Can I get these, whatever these blue things are?
Councilwoman, there's a motion on Amendment 66 to withdraw. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Henry. Council, all those in favor to withdraw, right? All those in favor to withdraw, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it.
Promise.
These are exactly the same on both sheets. So you have T65. This one we got.
This is withdrawal. We will take a 3-minute recess.
Thank you.
T 64, page 13. Page 13, line 20 through 23, right?
Yes, is the councilwoman planning on deferring this?
We did 266. Or 260.
What are we calling it? Give me a number.
Okay, look, if you need ID here, it's T 64,
T64.
page 13, line 20 to 23.
Yeah.
This is where you want to delete live entertainment in the banquet hall.
Yes, it says, I'm deleting inclusions, number 2.
Okay.
Inclusion. Banquet hall includes an establishment that provides live entertainment as an accessory to the use as described in paragraph 1 of this subsection, and that's the banquet hall description that we just approved.
I did want to discuss the motion, but
Okay,
yeah.
so Councilwoman Clark moves it, do I have a second?
I'll second it for purposes of discussion, sure.
Okay, Councilwoman Henry seconds. Is there any discussion
Yeah.
on this?
So this is the question I wanted to raise, which is, I understand that the previous amendment, T65, which were the additional regulations put on what really, essentially making things that call themselves banquet halls actually act as banquet halls. And I get that. And now that we've passed that, my concern about removing live entertainment as an accessory use is, if it is a legitimate banquet hall, then if you're going to have like a wedding or a birthday party there, you want to be able to have live entertainment.
Well, but just let me just
Yeah,
say
yeah,
this.
right.
I mean, I'm not going to fall on my sword about this. I already did that. About everything else. But in accessory use, so it is usually live entertainment is a conditional use by the zoning board, okay?
Okay.
And this jumps over that particular requirement to make it accessory, so if you call yourself a basketball and you meet all those other obligations, nobody in the neighborhood has a chance to go to the zoning board to hear about whether you're gonna have live entertainment or not. So that's why I put this in.
But the banquet hall land use itself is going to be conditional by ordinance, which means that the community had to know it was going to be a banquet hall when it was proposed to be there, and to reach back into my memory and use, yeah.
Councilwoman Clark makes a motion to withdraw, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Henry. All those in favor of withdrawal, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, 6 yes with 1 absent. This is withdrawal. Councilman Craig?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we return to page 3, and then T60, T61, T62, which is to refer, and the vote on motion T65, and then T67.
I would like to
Let's stick to T61 first.
60.
T60, according to my original sheets, is 60, 61, and 62 all need to be withdrawn because we must accomplish what they set out to also. Just done.
Second.
So, second.
So I'll move to, if you don't mind, I do it 3 at a time.
Committee, you withdraw.
I'm withdrawing T60, T61, and T62.
Councilman, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Henry. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay.
can't speak in the microphone, they can't.
From the technical people, we got to start using our microphones because it's just being televised and recorded. So where we at? I just said that. So now where we at? Okay, now we are on
Another redundancy.
T67. This is Banquet Hall again.
This is a redundancy. Move to withdraw.
Okay, do I have a motion she made a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Kraft. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. 6 ayes with 1 absent. This is withdrawn. So now we are on T683. This is page.
This is redundant, actually, to former T59.
Okay, so we have a motion to withdraw.
Well, we could just not do a motion.
Open a motion? Okay, all right. No motion, it fails, okay. We're now on
Bed and breakfast, maybe?
T69. This is another one, it was clarification.
Can we,
Defer?
no, this is bed and breakfast. I don't want to defer it.
So, okay, so you want to make a motion to move on this?
I've got to find it on my sheet, the sheet.
Well, as long as you make a motion,
I move to approve the
T6
bed and breakfast amendment that is listed as T69 and
Okay.
T70.
we have a second, Councilman Henry, you second? And you have a, well, he, so to see, you want a question, you have a question too? Councilman Henry, you have a question on the motion?
Councilwoman, I'm noting on your sheet of amendments that T87
Okay.
includes this language as part of a amendment that's going to come up on page 16. And so I was going to suggest you may wish to defer or withdraw until you get to that.
That's what I was trying to do, okay.
It's
so-
on page 4 of your amendments.
Let me just say that I'm working off the sheet provided by the President's office. If everyone sitting here thinks that this is about me, I would move to defer T69.
Okay,
Second.
yeah. Yes. Okay, I got it, okay, because clarifications need, okay. So I have a motion, Councilwoman Clark defers, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Henry, all those in favor of defer, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, T69 is deferred, 6 with 1 absent. We are now on T72, which is,
Defer, same
Defer.
reason.
okay, it's deferred. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Kraft. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. It passes with 6 yes with 1 absent. We now on T68, that's Councilman Kraft. I see you have a note that says need language, is that right?
Right, actually, this change needs to be made in Title 17, not here, so there is no change necessary here, so we'll defer it until Title 17, so I move to defer.
Okay, Councilman, second by Councilman, moved by Councilman Kraft, second by Councilwoman Clark. All those in favor of defer, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. This is deferred, 6 yes with 1 absent. We're now on T71, which is page 4.
Move to defer.
Okay, so T71 is moved to defer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Henry. All those in favor to defer, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, 6 yes to defer with 1 absent. T70,
Is that a withdrawal?
which
Yeah.
is fair to what?
Is that a withdrawal?
The other ones?
Which one? I'm sorry.
T70.
271
That was already-
and 270 is a withdrawal.
Okay. Do I have, if you move to second?
T70.
She's deferring. That's is that redundant?
Yes.
Second.
Second by Councilman Cramp. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, all those in favor say aye.
One bank.
Those
withdrawal.
opposed say nay. T7.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we already deferred
My
that
mistake,
one.
I'm sorry. That was banquet hall, so that should have been a withdrawal.
Your withdrawal?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, if
that's
we
right.
can move to reconsider the deferral on T70, please.
No, we didn't defer, it yet.
I want it withdrawn, I don't
Right.
want it deferred.
Right. The motion was withdrawn.
Motion withdrawal, okay. Yes. So,
Yes, because it's,
Yeah.
no, we don't have to do, well, you don't want to leave it there.
11.
okay,
You got to withdraw it.
I got it.
Something like that.
T,
All in favor?
all those in favor of the withdrawal, T70 say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. T70 passes with 6 yes, with 1 absent. We are now on T73, page 16, line 22. I see this needs language. There's no language to this? Planning?
The agencies were okay with the language that was in the proposed amendment. But if we need to make that clear, the definition there, carry-out food means an establishment where prepared food is served.
I mean, basically, we could, I mean, the amendment is perfectly suitable and
Yeah, we were okay with the
useful.
amendment.
We
I,
just-
Want to move it then?
I'd like to,
Or what do you want?
all right, so let's go to it so we know what we're talking about, if we could. This
I
is,
believe it's
from-
it's a change to the definition of the carry-out restaurant.
Right, so what we need, could I go to this page, please, while you, and I wrote it down how it would be.
It would delete the word restaurant and just say a food establishment.
Right.
Oh, you have to remove,
Councilwoman, use your, if you can, use the microphone, because we're being recorded.
This would be
we're
online.
on page 16, we're on line 23.
Correct.
Here's how it would work. Carry-out food shop means means
And.
delete a restaurant or other, end of deletion, back to establishment where prepared food served in disposable containers or wrappers from a serving counter primarily for off-premises consumption. So it takes restaurant out of this definition.
Discussion.
As well as other, so it's, you delete restaurant or other.
I'd like to move that amendment.
Okay, do I have that's 73, do I have a second?
Second. Discussion.
Clark, second by Councilman Henry. Councilman Reisinger votes,
No,
huh?
I have discussion.
This is not my amendment, it's my constituents.
So, okay, so one of the other notes that I have from an earlier hearing on this raised the issue of whether or not a carry-out food shop should be distinguishing a place where food is prepared on site versus a place where food that is prepared elsewhere and simply being sold there. I'm sorry. Basically, should we make the definition of a carry-out food shop specific enough so that it refers to what people think of as a carry-out, like a sub shop, a place where you go and they make food there and you take it and you go away with it, you carry it out, as opposed to if we simply say where prepared food is served in disposable containers or wrappers, that a convenience store that is serving tasty cakes and Twinkies would count as a carry-out food shop, and I don't know if that's our intention. So I raise that because I would like to make a friendly amendment of carry-out food shop means an establishment where food prepared on the premises is served in disposable containers or wrappers from a serving counter, primarily for off-premises consumption.
Joan?
Okay, yeah. Councilwoman,
Okay.
Okay.
Council Inspector,
Yes.
you have a question on a motion?
Ricky.
Is this a question on a motion? Yeah.
With this clarification, what would a commissary
Oh, God, I don't know.
be? Because I think it almost could define a commissary.
I don't even know what a commissary is.
Well, there are plenty of
I
commissaries.
know, I just haven't been in one.
I'm just saying a location where food is prepared to be served, prepared and packaged and sent somewhere else for distribution.
Not for distribution, where it's
Wait a minute,
served.
you gotta be on the microphone.
Take the microphone back for me to say.
Yeah.
So if well, first of all, you're forcing me to delve deep into my vocabulary to remember what a commissary was. Is that essentially like the cafeteria at a hospital or something like that?
Okay, you want, it's
I'm thinking about like where the summer lunch program is prepared. It's in a,
somebody want to make a,
You know what? Let's defer this until we get language from the author.
Go ahead.
okay.
Well,
So you
commissary
made-
is one
there's
of
a motion
those-
deferred. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Henry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. This is deferred. 6 yes with 1 absent.
For language.
For language.
We can work on, you could,
So then we'll-
okay. This is me.
Okay, now we're on T 684, page 16,
Redundant.
22 through 25.
Fails for no motion.
Huh?
Fails for no motion. It ties into the one
It's
before.
what we just talked about.
Okay. What's the next one? T
This is you.
T75, Kraft.
Move T75.
Oh, second. What is it?
May I comment? Oh.
What is it?
I remember.
This is the same thing.
Page,
Motion was moved.
Mr. Chairman?
17, line 15.
Okay, I apologize. I got to go back one. This is Councilman Kraft. It's page 17, line 15, city block.
Right. We actually agreed to
may
this
I-
when we heard it.
May I comment on this one? We did a search and we believe that the definition is no longer needed in this code and should be deleted because it is not a term that is used in this code.
Right, and
So
we
our
had that-
so rather than changing the definition of city block, we're saying to remove it.
Right, we had this discussion when we heard it before.
Right. So it's to remove that definition.
Right, that's
Okay.
what it is. So I moved.
Second.
Okay,
Move
moved,
to delete,
moved by Councilman Kraft, second by Councilwoman Clark. Council Vice Chair votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Branch?
Yes.
Councilwoman Branch, yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilwoman Clark. Councilman Henry? Yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Mosby is absent. We have 6 yes with one absent. This motion is moved.
May I say something, Mr. Chairman? So we have
But
just,
Councilwoman, you got to use the microphone.
so we have just moved to delete a definition entirely from lines 15 through 18. That's all.
T77, which is Bill Henry, page 17, line 21.
Okay, so can I talk about it? Should I talk about it before or after I move it? Should I talk about the amendment before or after I make the motion on it?
If you want to make a motion, somebody seconds it, go
Gotcha.
into discussion.
So, Mr. Chair, I move Amendment T77 as the first of a small package of amendments that are aimed at addressing problems in neighborhoods where even the currently legal for unrelated adults is problematic for the other neighbors in the area.
I'll second this to get it on the
Sure.
floor.
Councilwoman, you need to use the microphone. Put that.
I'll second this to get it on the floor, and I'm not opposed, but I'm not ready to go to vote for this series of amendments.
I have the same sentiments. I prefer if we could defer this to.
So if this is not a time to have the discussion about this issue, then I'm happy to defer. But
Okay, so you make a motion to defer?
well, basically, what I wanted to get a sense of is,
We should do it today.
I was like, maybe, like, should we just do this one today, like this issue?
I mean, I've got amendments, he's
Yeah.
got amendments, this is a huge,
I know, that's why
Yeah.
I asked to make a motion to defer. As we have, you move to defer?
I
Or you have
I
withdraw
will-
your motion?
I'm only inclined to move to defer if the rest of the committee doesn't want to take up this issue today. I would point out that we're deferring a high percentage of amendments to future conversation, and at some point we're going to have to knuckle down and have the conversations. This is one where the language is actually done, as opposed to ones where we're waiting for language
Yeah.
to talk
Councilman,
about the issue.
I understand and I agree. I mean, I think some of the committee members, some of this is really like, I guess, sluggish, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that if there's questions regards to, we could talk, one-on-one or two or three of us at a time. So if we defer, it doesn't mean that we're going to bury it, we're not going to bring it back.
I'm prepared to, I have written.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Written amendments about, well, wait a minute, we're discussing.
Councilwoman, I think there was a misunderstanding. I was not saying that you didn't have language.
Okay.
I was saying this is an example of an issue where we both actually have language drafted
Right.
to discuss, as opposed to several issues that we have deferred because there is no specific language to discuss.
So, if I may, Mr. Chairman, I'm willing, I would, there is a motion on the floor and it's been duly seconded. I would be willing to defer till, but not beyond Title I, all these issues about family definitions, because before we leave and walk into Title II, we have got to get this resolved as a committee.
We're not, I agree, we are not going to go, we're not going to leapfrog into Title II if we're not done Title I. So I'll make that clear.
Given all that, I'm happy to move to defer.
Okay, so you withdraw, so now you're making a motion to defer, C seconds. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. We have 6 yes with 1 absent. And that's T77. Okay, we are now on T74, page 17, line 25.
Issue.
Councilman Kraft.
Right. Mr. Chairman, I think we actually, and I'd have to confirm this, but I think we actually passed Bill 120138, which changed the definition of commercial vehicle. And my motion was to have commercial vehicle in this zoning code conform with the definition of commercial vehicle in Bill 120138. And so I move Amendment T74.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Kraft, second by Councilman Henry. Do we have a, okay? Okay, you moved. See Kraft. Councilwoman, this is being televised. You're gonna, do you have a question on the motion?
No, on the definition. On the definition of commercial vehicle, does this mean the vehicle must be marked, signed, as well as the use of it? Does it require it to be marked?
Actually, I don't have that in front of me right now.
May I say
Yes.
something about that?
Yes.
I have, in the law that we have before us, that's an issue with me. So I
Yes.
know that in the law draft before us, to be identified as a commercial vehicle, there are a list of requirements. One of them is that except for automobiles, anything that's not an automobile has to also have a sign on it. It's one of the things that makes it commercial, which I find, I mean, I have an amendment about that. I'd like to remove that because a lot of people in a lot of neighborhoods have basically trucks, but they don't have signs on them anymore. And so they're not commercial, even though they are commercial.
That's exactly my point.
Okay,
That's
I've got
exactly
that
my
amendment.
point.
And I don't know either whether by adopting what they have in the state, we throw that in with it.
That's my point.
And I have the same problem in my neighborhoods, that I want that sign provision out so that trucks that just don't happen to have one, or they got a magnetic in the trunk,
Exactly, that's my point.
they are still trucks.
So I don't know if that should be incorporated here or not.
Okay.
I think, Mr. Chair, the agencies are recommending that the language be consistent to Article 31 and that the zoning code not reinvent. So I think whatever the language is in Article 31, that is the place that it should be. And if the council sees fit to change that language, it should be in that place, rather than trying to recreate something for zoning purposes.
Our purpose is that it looks like a truck, and it is a truck, and it does move furniture and
okay, wait.
everything.
We're not debating what that says. We're
Yes.
just suggesting whatever it is should be consistent, and the zoning code should simply refer to Article 31.
And that's what the motion does, because that's what the motion does, so that we have the same language in both sections. So if someone looks at a commercial vehicle, they don't find one definition in the section with transportation and another definition in the zoning code. Those make the definitions the same. So we can't, and that's the purpose of the motion. Right.
I would, are we in discussion still? I don't know what Article 31 is in the state, are you referring to the state code? Oh, our code? So it's a local code.
Which we just amended.
Well, does that, can I ask for DOT, Barbara, to
Clarify for Councilwoman.
clarify whether or not it has anything to do with signs?
Councilman Kraft, as you know, we've changed the commercial vehicle definition a couple of times in Article 31 over the last couple of years. Councilwoman Spector, we worked on it once a couple of years ago. I strongly support the motion that refers directly to the definition in Article 31. Also, because it's defined twice in Article 31. One of the bills that we worked on over the last couple of years was to make those two definitions consistent. So I don't think it's advantageous to have a third definition of commercial vehicles in the zoning code. To be completely honest, I can't remember. I know we talked about the advertising as being one of the components on a vehicle that makes it a commercial vehicle, and we talked in this committee about removing that definition. I can't remember where that, I can follow up with the committee on where that ended up.
That's fine with us, that's fine with me.
Let me make a suggestion, Mr. Chairman, and because if we take it out of the zoning code completely, then it's defined in the transportation article, and we don't need it. Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna, if the person who seconded my motion will do it, I'm gonna amend my motion, and I'm just gonna move to delete the definition of commercial vehicle from the zoning code.
You're gonna delete the whole thing.
Delete the definition of commercial vehicle from the zoning code. And then just it'll be defined in the transportation article. And that way, somebody wants to look up what a commercial vehicle is, they go to the transportation article because that's where the definition of vehicles are.
But for me, if it isn't signed, it's not a commercial vehicle. It is a commercial vehicle even though it doesn't have a sign on it. That's what I want to clarify.
Yeah, but the problem is if we define it one way here,
I
and
want to be
we
consistent.
don't change the definition in the transportation article, then we haven't solved the problem.
That's what I want to solve the
Change
problem.
it in the transportation article. I mean, we can do that.
What I'm saying is, it's easy.
It just has
we
to
can
look like a
always go
truck to be a
change it
truck.
in the transportation article, but do we really need to have it in this article?
I don't think so. I just think if it looks like a truck, it's a truck.
So,
In
We have
the
Marcia
article
and
that Barbara's
Marcia
talking
is
about, it would not have to be signed.
Marcia? Wait, yeah.
We looked up what is in Article 31. It does not have anything about requiring signage to define it as commercial.
We can take it out of here. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
He says okay. So what are we doing?
All right, so I have that amendment.
Okay, Councilwoman Kraft, you want to?
okay, so I'm just gonna do my amendment and
I have that amendment to take it out. Could you just take it out when you're doing your,
yeah, yours it says to delete requirement of commercial advertising. I'm just gonna delete the definition of commercial vehicle because it's already resolved in Article 31.
no. Oh, but that's not where people look for a zoning enforcement.
You could, rather than delete, you could cross-reference.
Okay, we can cross-reference.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that better.
And it's not in there, right, Marcia?
Yes, he just said it was.
I just want to hear it twice. There's nothing about us,
Councilwoman Clark needs you to say that again, that it's not in there.
the sign that says one of the things for being a truck is a sign. Well, wait a minute, in the transportation code.
Okay, I apologize because we were looking at it and it does have every vehicle except a passenger car as defined in American vehicle law, blah, 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 has the commercial advertising on the exterior of the vehicle or on the equipment attached to the vehicle.
Correct, and that's what I want to delete.
Okay, I apologize. When I first read it, I did not see that.
Right.
Kraft?
Okay. I'm gonna move to defer this at this time, and we'll come back to it so we can get this straightened out. Yeah, I'm gonna move to defer it because I'm gonna withdraw my motion. I'm gonna move to defer it so we can get this language straightened out.
We have a second.
And we have to,
Okay, all those in favor to defer, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, 6 yes, with 1 absent. Text 74 is deferred. That was seconded by, second
I
that?
do.
Clark? Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to do
Here
the
I
next,
am.
you're going to defer the next one too, because it's the same issue.
Well, let's see whether we have a vote to get rid of it if we go through all this.
T-76, that's.
Why
that's,
not?
Compared
Because
to.
We have to figure out all the wording.
Okay, I'll defer it, but, all right.
T-76, Councilwoman Clark, you defer T-76.
Defer until, for the same reason as cited for 74.
Okay. 2 seconds.
Second.
Summer Councilman Kraft. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. 6 yes to defer, 1 absent. T-84, Councilman Kraft, page 18, line 4.
Move to delete the word same.
Second.
Okay, moved by Councilman Kraft, second by Councilwoman Clark. Councilman Reisinger votes yes. Councilman Kraft?
Yes.
Councilman Kraft, yes. Councilman Grant?
Yes.
Councilman Grant, yes. Councilwoman Clark?
Yes.
Councilwoman Clark, yes. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Henry, yes. Councilwoman Middleton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Middleton, yes. Councilman Mosby is absent. We have 6 yes, 1 absent. This motion passes. Text 84. We are now on T80, page 18, line 9.
Mr., yeah. Please, yes. These are, there's little pieces of this amendment spread through T80, T86, T82, T85, T81. That many. So they're all bits and pieces of it, and so if I may, I'd like to,
Move it.
well, no, I want to move what I have written,
That's T80.
if you'll just excuse me while I find, yes. On Title 1, page 3 of my amendments, my typed amendments, toward the bottom, or in the middle, I've got all these different numbers. Community managed open space. This is not anything the committee has not heard. There is something called, in the draft, called community managed open space that is a permitted use across the board, and it is a full-fledged permission for a garden to grow flowers, vegetables, whatever, and to have livestock, and to have compost delivered there, and to have a stand for selling your goods, all of which is fine, but not as a permitted use. So what I did was, yes, a community garden, let it be a permitted use everywhere, but not with the goats and the pigs and whatever else, chickens, because it could happen. So basically, this is definitions.
Okay.
So what I've done is I have amended community managed open space, now referred to as CMOS. And I've broken it into 2 categories. CMOS, community garden. CMOS, inclusive, with the rabbits and the livestock and the compost and the selling and everything else. And so with the first one, the garden is permitted everywhere. You get a lot, you can have a garden.
Are you going to make, Councilman Henry? Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm on page 18, looking in lines 9 through 15 under community managed open space, and I'm not seeing the existing reference to livestock that you're describing. Is that somewhere else?
It's there, I promise you.
No, that's an amendment. I'm looking in the,
It's back where it's in a other section, I'm sorry. It is in another section of this code.
that there's livestock.
Oh, yeah, back where, I think it's use standards.
In the use standard.
It's in the use standards. I refer you to, well, I know, but it's a good question. I didn't make this up. I wouldn't have dreamed of it, actually.
I raised the issue to say that I think that it sounds like there's not a need to fix something
it.
here. It sounds like there might be a need to fix something in the use standards because how can you have use standards for livestock that aren't there?
Wait a minute.
Or is this, because this is,
Councilman Henry,
Page 216 of the code.
if I
Here's what it
understand,
said. I'm
if
sorry.
I understand Councilwoman Clark's objective correctly, that the reason to break the definition into two definitions is to, in the future, treat them separately on the tables.
Yes.
So if you do not create two definitions,
okay, I
you
got you.
cannot treat them
them
separately.
So I
So
would
this
make-
is necessary for treating them
They
separately.
make a motion on
Okay.
this. and what-
So did you want to
And
move it?
216 is where they got the goats and the everything else, the compost, et cetera. Move
Second.
wait a minute, let me say this clearly into this microphone.
Moved by Councilwoman Clark, second by Councilman Henry, right? Yeah, Councilman Kraft?
I am moving the amendment that I have listed on my printed amendments, page 3 for Title I.
Mr. Chair.
And I have defined community garden in here, so there's a definition of community garden, and there is the amendment to separate into two categories. And later in the tables, I will do the permitted and the conditional by board.
Councilman Kraft?
Okay, so I see that.
Zoning board.
I see community managed open space. I see that definition in the code.
Yeah.
And then I see you create a second, so the definition that's in there right now is,
That becomes the
that becomes the definition of community inclusive. Wait a
No,
minute,
just the
wait a minute.
opposite.
Well, it said, well, let me finish. Okay, so it says, community management open space, right, can include, I'm reading from your Title I, okay? And then it says, by amendment, I'm proposing two categories, CMOS community garden to be permitted by right and inclusive, including gardens. CMOS inclusive is already defined. Well, the only definition is the one I just read in lines 9 to 15. And then you say, I'm proposing definition by right for CMOS, which is basically the definition that's already in there. So the definition.
Without all the added factors.
But what I'm saying is, you're saying CMOS is already defined.
You're right, I made a mistake.
Okay.
I mean, basically,
But there's no definition for CMOS. But I
Inclusive. wrote one in my definitions at the bottom of that page to go on page 18, lines 9 to 15.
Okay, then, okay, so if that's CMOS,
Community garden.
right, then what is what is the definition of CMOS inclusive?
It would be the original definition. In other words, you're right, I didn't amend correctly. I need to reorder those lines, but it's all there now. In other words, community managed open space as defined in the draft is a definition of inclusive with everything thrown in. So I've defined the community garden one, but I failed to go back and plug correctly in the inclusive one. The definition's there, but I haven't done it right.
Okay, so the definition is,
It'll be two categories of of CMOS.
right. And what I'm looking, it says CMOS can include gardens, livestock, a farm stand, greenhouses, receipt of compost, all by right. Okay?
No, that's,
Well, I'm trying to figure it out.
okay.
Okay? I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out what is going to be in the definition of CMOS inclusive.
It's going to be, really, what it's going to be is what it says now for just CMOS. But I'm going to have to, and I didn't do this, and that's what I'm agreeing about. I'm going to have two categories. I've defined the simple one, the community garden, on my amendments, but I failed to go back and demonstrate that the inclusive one was the one for which you have a definition already.
Can we come back, back with a definition?
I have to rewrite my amendment. I was,
For language, you have to- 10 minutes, so what we're gonna
no, I'm not gonna do it in 10 minutes because but I will do it by the next time we meet.
So what are you making a motion to defer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Councilwoman. You gonna,
I don't know this, is our community managed open space, is that in all zones? Is that anywhere and
It's in-
everywhere?
It's every place, it's not in industrial, but you've got it in all your residentials.
Just in residential
And B, and C. And
and
business.
commercial?
Yeah.
okay, so Councilman Clark, you gotta do the language. Are you gonna move to defer it and come back with the
Can I
language?
just defer these all at the same time, because they've been stretched out over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
So
places.
which ones you're talking about?
I'm
From
deferring.
T80 to,
It doesn't run sequentially. T80 to T86, T82, T85, T81 are all one amendment,
okay.
and I'd like to defer them so that I have a chance to write the amendment correctly and bring it back.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to move them as a group?
Yes.
Can I do that?
You want to adopt them?
Moved by Councilwoman,
Oh, yeah, move.
Moved.
moved by Councilwoman Middleton, second by Councilwoman Clark. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. So we're looking at Title 8, Text 80, Text 86, Text 82, Text 85, Text 81. Is all going to be deferred.
For language,
Right.
okay? And I'll bring them in. Mhm.
We have 6 yes with 1 absent. Yes, on all 5 as a group. So, okay, we're gonna start, we're gonna do 682, and then we're gonna go on, what, recess? Huh? We'll go on recess for the next voting session. T 682, again, was clarification, and looks like here by note, we deferred to John Wills.
Wait, where are we? I'm sorry.
That's page 18, line 25.
I'm sorry, what's the
T682.
T?
T682, it's just after the one.
John?
Oh, wait a minute, no, this is different. I'm part of this. This is comprehensive rezoning. Did we skip over it? Is that Thunder? Did we skip T79?
Okay, hold on for a minute.
No, it's before T79.
Oh.
Before T79.
Oh, yeah, because it's 682, of course.
Okay, all right. Okay, we need to defer this because of a legal question, so T682. Do I have a motion to defer? Moved by Councilman Henry. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Kraft. All those in favor to defer, say aye.
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 I mean,
Those
so what's-
opposed say nay. Ayes have it. This is deferred, 682, 6 yes with 1 absent.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna recess, so where's T 79? Next, okay.
On page 7.
Okay, recess for how long?
Where's it at?
That's what he just said. I guess. Huh? What? Oh.
Yeah, as soon as she,
Oh, are we done?
wait a minute.
Should we keep?
Now, City Council Bill 12-0152, transform Baltimore. Zoning will be September the 16th at 5 p.m. in the council chambers. I want to thank everyone for attending today's voting session.
5, okay.
We only got up to what? Two. So right now, we gotta go on.
4 pages.
We're finished. We're only up to page 6.
4 pages.
All I pray, when I was coming
Mary
down
Pat-
here, I
Mary
didn't pray, oh,
wouldn't
help
be here,
get my
we would
amendments
come home.
passed. I said, don't make me look like a fool because